Hello, this is Dharmesh Jha. Today we will learn layers in Flash cs3. The topics are working with layers, layers palette, background layers, renaming layers, creating layers, selecting layers, change order of layers. So first one is working with layers. Layers allow you to work with one element of image without disturbing the others. You can think of layers as a transparent sheet on one top of other. You can see through the transparent area of layer to the layers below. A new image in Photoshop has a single layer. You can add a number of additions layers. Now layers palette. The layers palette lists all layers group and layers effect in an image. You can use the layer palette to show and hide layers, create a new layers, delete a layers, etc. To display the layers palette, select window, then layers. Now background layers. The background is a special layer. It is created automatically when you create a new image. An image can have only one background layer. It is behind all the other layers and you cannot change its position. It cannot delete it, move its contents or change the opacity, but you can convert it into the regular layer. All the other layers that you add will appear above the background layers. The following cannot be done on background layers. You cannot move the content of the background layer. You cannot move the background layer above any other layers. You cannot move any other layer below the background layer, and a background layer doesn't support transparency. So this is the basic information about the background layer. Now renaming the background layer means how we can change the name of the background layer. So first of all select layer, then new, then layer from background. Then after the new layer dialog box appears, see here given the figure about it, type a new for layer. The default layer is layer 0. Then click OK. Now you can see the name of the background layer changed to the new layer name. Now next topic is creating a new layer. When you add a new layer, it is always above the select layer. Follow the steps to create a new layer. Here given some steps about it, how to create a new layer. So first step is choose a layer, then new, then layer. In this way we can generate a new layer. The new layer dialog box appear and set the following options. The default name of the layer, layer 1. You can change it to something more appropriate name. Click the drop down menu arrow in the color text box and select the color for the layer. Set the opacity value and then after click on OK. In this way we can generate a new layer. Now selecting layer. You can select one or more layer to work on them. For activities like painting, drawing, editing, you can work with only one layer at a time. The selected layers is called the active layer. To select a layer, click layer in the layer palette. To select multiple adjacent layers, click the first layer and then press shift and click on the last layer. To select a layer, all the layers choose select and all layers. Then change order of the layers. To change the order of the layers, click and drag the layer up or down in the layer palette. Release the mouse button when highlighted. The line appears when you want to place the layers. And finally, rename a layer. To rename a layer, double click the layer in the layer palette, type the new name. In this way we can change the layer name. Now, suppose you want to delete unnecessary layer. So here given some steps to delete a layer or layers. The steps are select one or more layers in the layer palette. Click the delete icon in the layer palette. Or another way is there, select layer, then delete and layer. So both the way we can delete a layers or layer. Now flattening layers. Flattening reduces the size by merging all the visible layers into background. that is called flattening layer. Any renaming transparent R, area R filled while to flatten the layers. Make sure that all the layers are visible and then select layer and flattening image. In this way we can flatten layers. Then layer effect. Photoshop provides a number of effects that let you quickly change the appearance of layer contents like shadow, glows, bevel, etc. Here given the list about different type of effect, we can select it and apply on the layers. So here given the list about it: shadow, glows, bevel, etc. Now the step to apply layers palette. Select a layer in the layer palette. Click a layer to style button at bottom of the layer palette and choose an effect from the list. Or another way is there, select layer, layer style and choose an effect from the submenu. Both the way we can apply the layer palette. And third option is the layer style dialog box appear. Choose an effect, for example drop shadow and set effect option. If desired, you can add another effect by clicking the checkbox to the left of the effect name. And finally click OK and see the result. Here given layers menu. Now here given two different figure. How here given dialog box for setting some option for layer effect, and then second figure show the effect of drop shadow effect on the image. So in this way we can apply different options on the layers.